And we are live. Welcome back to the stream. I am Jun Chan, and today we are back to working on trying to set up Accelerate and specifically its example NBody problem simulation. And if you're new to the stream, this is part of a series that we work on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the other days of the week we're working on another strongly typed functional programming language, which is a successor to Haskell in a lot of ways, PureScript, and implementing the chronofold data structure. And we are on our way to implementing a browser prototype for that. The idea is that this is a real-time data structure that can synchronize text in a distributed fashion. So yeah, that's quite exciting. So come and check it out. And yeah, on Saturdays, we're playing with streaming tools, some kind of pie-in-the-sky ideas, and some more projects that, you know, I probably won't have. I mean, I guess I have, you know, many years in front of me, so why not invent new projects? Haha. And some unscheduled stuff as well that we might get to at some point. And yeah, if let's check the checklist, make sure. Yeah, well, for one thing is that my mic is working, so that's good news. And then music will be nice to have. And yeah, let's check that chat is up and running. And yeah, that's the case. So so we can focus on the NBody problem. So as I mentioned, the NBody problem is a physics simulation problem of gravity and the solution to an equation where there's many different bodies that are exerting a gravitational pull on each other, and there's no easy theoretical computation of the result. But so that's one of the things that we like to do with computer simulations, and I'm thinking that this might be potentially useful for layout algorithms. There's other physics simulation that are useful for that. So so yeah, I'm interested in also running programs in the GPU. That's something that I haven't really done, and using Haskell to do so seems great. And then things that are connected to that is how could we maybe use streaming abstractions in the GPU and so on. These other aspects are more researchy, and we're probably not going to really touch on this. But the truth is that we've been, let's say, a little bit stuck on basically Haskell setup on Windows, and more specifically GPU and LLVM related setup issues. And so actually I'll show you something that I've done in my in the YouTube channel. If you haven't checked it out yet, I've started to separate the different series that we have, and specifically for the Haskell series, what I've done is that I've separated them in such a way that they describe a bit what we've been doing for each. And so I haven't done that yet for number 5. We are in fact in the number 6 series, so my title is misleading, and I shall change this right away. 6, there we go, for Twitch. And well, you know, I've been thinking, well, this is a lot of work. It's useful, I think, because we might come up with a documentation that sort of at least moves the ball a little bit forward. I do want to try and at least compile it, but I've been sort of preparing a shift towards Ubuntu in the in the background. I've been doing this after work today, and I've checked that I could set up stream OBS Studio on Ubuntu, and I get that set up. And I was synchronizing the code, and yeah, so I might do a few more sessions on Windows to try and see how far we can go, and try to not just backtrack without leaving some trail of breadcrumbs for the future people who will try this. Also, probably I'll be interested in going back to this. If things work well on Ubuntu, then I'll be interested in compiling on Windows. And yeah, so that's part of my thinking on this, since we've been stuck on Windows land for a little bit too long. Other point I wanted to make, what was it? It will come back to me later, but let's just get going, shall we? Let's see where we were last time. We were saved by Chiroptical or Barry that helped us interpret this error that meant CPP, the C++ C processor, was actually missing, and so we installed this through what was it? The tool chain. Yeah. So that's how we solved that problem. And the problem we have now is actually with that program C2HS that actually is a more sophisticated preprocessor that we found out depended on CPP. So that's where our errors lie right now. So let's just make sure that we can actually go back to that point. And there's something I was looking at actually before starting the stream as well, which is how do I get a bash profile file onto Alacritty? But it seems like this is slightly different from what we have. So I'm not going to waste time on this. Bim. And let's also move to the source file, and let's then oh yeah, right, no, before running to the source file, we do need to execute this path and pkgconfig setup in our environment, and that should allow us to build oh, right, except I need to go into the right folder. And in fact, I think we can do Cabal build now because I have set up a Cabal project file that has all the flags. And one of the things that was the problem for us to build was that because all of the examples are active by default, all of the backends were trying to be built. So actually, let me add this here somewhere. Right. Okay, yeah, maybe I'll add this here. The Cabal file was trying to build all examples, thus requiring the native backend unavailable on Windows at this time. And in fact, that reminds me that we do want to put that link somewhere. I think this is the one. No, this is not the one. It is in accelerate. It's not this. Huh. Well, I suppose I could recreate the error by re-adding the flag to compile on the CPU. but that'd be a nice thing to signpost in our log, which will also probably become a blog post. Okay, so we've reproduced, and so let's just add the LLVM CPU flag and get that error. Okay. Right. We created a Cabal project file. I think my my keyboard is in a weird state again. To remove, to only keep the NBody example. Okay, let me see if I can actually look at that keyboard issue while things are rebuilding. Last time, just clicking on it sort of solved it. Yeah, no, doesn't. Okay. All right, so the error we have, let's, we haven't even searched for it yet, so let's do that. Yes, I remember what I wanted to say at the beginning of the stream. Yeah, yesterday I did something unwise. I streamed for like 3 hours and 15 minutes, and yeah, the last hour was very sluggish. So today I've put a 1 hour 30 minute timer on myself, and I'll do maybe an extra 30 minutes, but I won't do more because this is yeah, this is probably very uninteresting to see me be you know, puzzled because I don't have the energy to solve the issues in front of me. So let's make this better for everyone involved. Okay, I was about to do a little search for this error message, and this seems like that could be related. CULLong, and GTK3 is not what we have, but so there's some CHS templates here as well, so that's close to what we have. And someone comes in with the same problem, and it seems like just adding something to the import list just works. Okay, well, I hope it's as simple for us. It spits out the same error because it's trying to compile Cuda before everything else. Despite being asked to do an LLVM native. So I need to, okay, I need to be a little bit more targeted. And, you know, I do this as, this is obviously not in the flow of trying to solve this problem, but, you know, I really feel that I want to contribute back at least this, you know, this path for people who will try in the future to run this library on Windows, and therefore contributing just a tiny bit to the Haskell ecosystem. So I want this to be a little bit better signposted. There we go. That's it. That's the issue with the GitHub issue link. So it wasn't too much of a bother, and the world will be a little bit better as a result, hopefully. Okay, we are back on trying to build the Cuda backend now, well, so let's see whether we have anything that looks a bit like a tools hierarchy gen hierarchy CHS template. We probably don't. Our CHS files are right. Well, actually, did I remove the Cuda? Oh wow, I don't remember doing that, but maybe I did. Huh. So I think we're gonna have to rerun cabal unpack so that we can touch the CUDA backend. Actually, it's not the CUDA backend, or is it? It might be the LLVM native. No, not the LLVM native. Let's see. Let's wait until it's probably the CUDA library. So we will need to unpack it. I don't remember removing it, but maybe since I thought we'd solve it, oh, maybe I got it. No, I probably don't have it in NBody. No, that wouldn't make sense. NBody. No, I don't have it here. So I think we can cabal unpack Cuda is the magic invocation here. And yeah, that's from when we had it unpacked, but it's not unpacked right now. And then when it's unpacked, I suppose we can grab it from here. Zero, 10, 2, 0. I think that'll be the way. So let's double check though, because what is this compiling exactly? Foreign Cuda. Yeah, it is. So okay. So let's cabal unpack Cuda. And so that gets Cuda.cabal. And then we go check out foreign Cuda driver. Let's say graph build CHS, and we go take a look at CULong. So there is such a thing as CULong, and it's expecting CULong, but it's getting CULong. And line 633 is the last one. Let's check it. All right. So I suppose that means that the SDK has updated its, but it's strange that this says requires Cuda 10. And we have Cuda 10 too, right? What is our Cuda version already? Yeah, it is 10.2. We have it checked out here, 10.2. Let's go check that doc. I'm just a little bit curious about what changed, especially if it's shared by GTK. I wonder what even CULong means. Foreign C foreign C types in base. Huh. So let's see, which version of base does this use? More or equal to 4.7. And how about our top level projects? Here. Yeah, more or less than 4.7. And some other problems here. So what does CULong? C unsigned long type. That's what it is. And what is CULong? Yeah. Right, foreign C type. That's very funny. Don't quite understand what cabal register global will have anything to do with this. Do we have automatic types.chs generated here? Foreign C extra. We import foreign C. Come on, why? Oh, it might be my file synchronization software. So I shall shut it down. Okay. There definitely used to be a CULLong. But there isn't a lot of really isn't a lot of documentation on this. There is a CULong in what might be older version. GHC 601, yeah. So what is Haskell 2010? Compatibility with Haskell 210. C unsigned long type. There's a long type. Okay. Haskell 2020 also has CULong. Base 414 has CULong. Okay, so maybe it's something that disappeared from base 47. Oh no, there is just a CULong here as well. So what's the deal? So maybe it's just that then the Cuda 10.2 shifted. So let's look at the change logs. I don't let's look at 10.1. Release notes. No, yeah, that's same thing, huh? 10.1. Okay, let's look at 10.2. So, if we believe what's here, oh well, yeah, no, that's not the most interesting. No, we don't save this. It would be in driver graph build, I believe. Yeah. So it would just mean that Cuda changed their API. Let's see if that's the case. CU graph not get dependent nodes. 3 parameters. Use node. Return a nodes dependent nodes. Requires decay get dependent 10.0. Else get dependent. I mean, we could downgrade to 10.0. Use nodes a node. Check status. Let's go check for this function inside the SDK. I kind of want to get a sense of how this works. So, Cuda driver API, Cuda graph. Is that going to be here or? Cuda.h. Turns a node dependent node. So H nodes, graph node dependent node size T. That looks exactly like what it should be apparently. So let's maybe compare to, where does this say that this is not I mean, this apparently hasn't changed, but this is version 11.2. So let's see how we're going to find that. Cuda driver API in 10.2 and data structures or what? Module graph management. And we have this guy here, and now let's try and do this for version 0. And well, looks the same. So I suppose something upstream has changed. CU graph node. That's going to be tricky to find, huh? So let's try to look at the error again. It expects a CULong. Why? We don't really know. Well, I suppose if p count is a CULong, meaning if alloca. So first of all, is there any instance of CULong here? There is indeed for alloca here. So that would indeed be an issue. So let's check this out on the Accelerate GitHub and see what we can tell from the Git blame. And it's in the examples. Oh no, that's in the Cuda package. So we need to search for Cuda here and go to the Cuda backend and version 10.2, right? So that's quite old. It's not. It's very recent. Spammy spam. August 26. So it is the last submission. Anyone? Oh, some people actually updated it for Cuda 11. That's pretty cool. And how about forks? Do we have anyone? And then let's check the foreign Cuda driver graph build 9633, and it's like this. So that's the same. And then let's open, where is Alloca coming from? From Unified, I believe. But, well, it's not clear, to be honest. Alloca space. Alloca prime. There's no... Where is this coming from? I mean, Alloca sounds low level, huh? Could it be this? Not sure. Doesn't look like it would. So those are the one in build. This is prime and this is prime, and none of these look like definitions. So yeah, right. Or is that in a package then? Is that imported from somewhere? Oh, it could be. Unqualified imports. Base. For 7. And I need to go in to get access to index, which is a bit of a ridiculous thing. And Alloca. Yeah, foreign marshal alloc. So that's the culprit then. Unless this is supposed to be polymorphic. Unless there's a default inferred type that just simply doesn't work and it needs type allocations. Let's check this out, for instance. This has a type allocation. Wow, interesting. Execute a computation after passing as argument a pointer to a temporarily allocated block of memory sufficient to hold values of type A. Wow. Super low level manual stuff. So let's see whether that actually worked or not. Let's see if we can find this in the get attributes. Doesn't seem to be in the list of errors. So are we deducing that all of these are in the same area, but those are all in the graph build, but this is also in the graph build, but that's for memcopy. And line 400, it's there. 400 sounds strange. Fourth argument of memcopy. Where is the memcopy? I mean, are we in the right place here? Foreign Cuda driver graph build. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, line 400. So clearly there's some expansion by the templating that we can't see. Actually, can we not really not see it when it builds? Does it not? I think that was one of the problems. So I think we can indeed, in fact, go into Cuda 10.2 and then Compile build from here, so that it leaves some of the build artifacts for us to see, because I think this CHS file will be expanded and then we'll be able to tell a little bit more what's up. Mem copy, there's an add mem set here. That's actually the name of this function. Let's take a quick look at the fork, the pull request for Cuda 10.2, 11. See if that touches any of the things we're looking at now. That looks like a pretty tiny change. What's the discussion? Didn't take a look. It's really fine. And that's it. That's 3 months ago or 4. Okay, let's look at the build. Build info, I remember that this was generated at build time. Why isn't it generated at build time here? And what's the changelog, by the way? Add support for Cuda 10.2 and Cabal 3. And it should be able to, should generate this. But it doesn't. Oh, it's building this one level lower. It's building doing some linking with something that's a level higher. Well, in fact, even the main is. So I think that's somewhat on purpose, but I mean, does it have something to do with me adding this line here? I doubt it. Oh. Might. Oh, actually, is this just gonna work? By that I mean, well, no, there's no chance it will generate things in here. So this is not in scope. It's not. This has an expected type, but actual type. So it has definitely different errors. This is really annoying. It doesn't do this on Mac. So I don't think this is related. It's hard to tell whether... I mean, it seems like it's building for other people. I mean, maybe not on Windows. And this is CI only on... Oh, CI on Windows, but on JC 810. And it looks like it didn't run. Oh, that's for the pull request, okay. Where do we see CI? Well, maybe we can see... actions. CI doesn't work. Or rather... Yeah, no, it just doesn't work. Does this even run? Says it's expired, which sounds a bit sketchy. I think it just didn't run. So we're back with our error, and do we have anything in the build folder that looks maybe like CULong or something? Doesn't look like we do. But here, yes, okay, good. This looks interesting. No. Okay, so let's look again. Try and understand this. Maybe we look at the first error instead of the last. How about that? Change a little bit of perspective. It's still in graph build, so it means that all other, I mean, we don't know. When I did the search on Aloka earlier, in Cuda, 10.2.0.0, Unified was there. Have we compiled Unified yet? I don't think we have. It's in driver Unified. And no, we haven't yet gone there. And Marshall, have we done that yet? Marshall is in Cuda driver Marshall. We also haven't done that yet. Oh no, no, that's the runtime. There are some more drivers up there though. But we've done this internal, which I'm wondering whether it's reused in other places. I mean, oh, there's some errors before that too. Oh, there's our warnings. Let's see if actually they tell us something interesting. Lots of them. cbit stubs. Host defines H is an internal header file and has not been used directly. This file will be removed in a future Cuda release. As you could already time. I see. So that's fine. That's just use of internal APIs. And it looks like we haven't built any of the other uses of Aloka. But Aloka doesn't look like it's actually depending on any particular foreign type. I mean, it's pointer to pointer. But so we get a pointer. Hey Juan, how's it going? Good to see you. Yeah, good point. I'll do a little break. Hope you had a good nap yesterday. Nice. Awesome. Yeah, I made sure I went a bit too long yesterday evening. I went for like a bit more than 3 hours and that was too long. Today I'm going to do an hour and a half, 2 hour max. So yeah, I'll take a little break and I'll see you in a bit. And I'm back. Yeah, so you know when I thought about something, which is that the reason why I mute my microphone is because it's part of my habit. When I do be right back, I mute my microphone. And then if I come back to screen, then you know I unmute it, right? And then sometimes I leave it unmuted or muted on the thanks for watching screen, and then I will start a stream and forget to turn it back on. So the other way to make sure that this wouldn't happen is actually for the mixer settings of OBS to be part of the scene. And I don't know if that's doable, but that would solve it. And it's a little bit weird that they aren't. Yeah. So maybe that's something I could look at quickly now. Streamlabs OBS scene audio settings. Desktop audio per scene. That's right. If you wanted to have desktop audio muted while you be right back scene, you have to manually and then unmute. Exactly. This is now a work in progress. Okay. Oh. So you create your custom stuff and mute the global ones, and you can actually completely deactivate them. I see. Yeah, right. You could do audio capture. So I'll try this live because why not? And audio, no, not audio out. Yeah, audio output capture. Yeah. And that would take so that would be for desktop audio, right? So that needs to be 7.8. And that would be renamed. Oh, so that probably increased the sound of the desktop audio significantly. Actually, I'll do this on screen. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm doing some stream changes live because you know this problem where I went live and I didn't realize my microphone was muted. The main problem is because I was switching scenes between screen and goodbye at the end of my stream, and usually I mute my microphone when I do that, and you know I let the thank you for watching screen for a while, and then I end the stream. And then when I come back, you know, the next day and I go to stream, sometimes I forget to unmute. And so the thought is, hey, I should be able to have a per scene audio setting rather than a global audio setting. And I did a little search, and it seems like indeed there is a way to do that, which is to add new audio sources, specific audio sources. So yeah, exactly. So so I'm trying this, and I'm trying it live because, you know, why not? So tell me if the sound is still here. The music, I mean, not the sound. Perfect. And I think that's coming into SPDIF. So now my microphone is per scene, and I've muted the desktop audio. So you can still hear me talking, right? And then when you confirm, I'll switch to by while I'm speaking, and so it should actually just mute my, it should just mute my voice. But if I come back, then it should be back. Did this pause while I was away? it probably also removed the music. Actually, I need to also add the music. Okay, cool, it worked. Oh yeah, super. So that's music without the slash. And then I copy this, copy. And so now there should be music here. And I've added also music to be right back. And also I'll add it starting soon. There we go. Okay, perfect. Yeah, also you, oh, no music now. There should be music. I think it was just transitioning between songs at the moment you said no music. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, also I was saying at the beginning of the stream, because I'm struggling a lot with Windows specific things like in this Haskell stuff, then basically I'm looking at, I started to install my Ubuntu partition on the same machine with OBS, and I was able actually to import the scene setting from Streamlabs OBS into OBS Studio. It missed a few things like the background video that I use and so on, but it seemed to work to import it, so that would be pretty cool. And that means that I could switch when I finished my heroic attempt to make this work on Windows. Then I can switch to Ubuntu and have things easy instead of making my life miserable by being stubborn with trying to make it work on Windows. Okay, so this was easy, wonderful. And now we're back in Windows Haskell compilation land for another maybe 30 minutes or so. Okay, so this one is a little bit different from the others, and it's related to add mem copy. Okay, let's see where we have this available, maybe in the build folder. Quite a number of those. So, but that's yeah, that's in the graph. So this is in the graph. Oh, I do have add mem copy here, and so that might be the one that in fact the error referred to. So we might just be completely offset in terms of error location, because doing this with templating is hard. So, oh, but this is if Cuda inferior at 10,000, and we are superior to 10,000. Oh, but there's an else there. There's an else. All right. So the else then does something as memcopy. But it's for memcopy prime. It's in the first argument of the monadic bind, but where do we have a monadic bind here? I don't see one. Check status blah. So there is a check status blah at the end there. So I suppose that maybe add mem copy actually does this. 350, yeah, here. And that does seem like a lot of input, and it's for A32, which is 1, 2, 3, the fourth 1, 2, 3, fourth. It would be use context, unless it's not. 1, 2. It's difficult to tell. Difficult to tell. So let's look at the next one. Well, next one, 433, 400. That's for the addmem set node simple. Addmem set not simple. And here it's again A3 prime 2. And these guys do seem to have the same signature. But I'm not sure how to count those. Okay, so maybe this doesn't help us. And this is in CU graph get edges. Get edges, CU graph get edges. And this says that it's in the fourth argument. And this is clear, very clear. So let's try and understand why it would think that it needs a CULong here. It would think that if somewhere it had a definition for CU graph get edges that would tell it that ID has this type. And my first thought was that this would be in the header files in the Cuda toolkit, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's actually somewhere inside this library that I don't see. So that's in graph build. So it's not in the build. So I think I think I'm right. I think it is in the toolkit. And so you're able to interpret that this function's fourth yeah, no, that's just the docs. That this function's fourth argument, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is strange already because size t doesn't look at all like an ID. So that completely throws me off already. Like we're supposed to be getting to have a graph, 2 pointers, and another pointer. Well, a pointer to a long. So I suppose this could be the length, but why call it ID? This just doesn't make any sense. From to seems to work, I suppose. I mean, it's used here with a p count, which just seems to be a pointer to the overall structure, not because it's used in the allocation, and the allocation passing an argument as a pointer to a temporarily allocated block of memory sufficient to hold values of type A. The count is passed first, and then from and to allocate arrays, and then those are passed. and then the zipping of the result of the arrays from and to after executing it. So that's a little bit strange already. This is called once. Oh, I guess maybe it's called once without. Maybe that's a C thing. Let's look at the doc quickly. Returns a list of age graph dependency ages. Edges are returned via corresponding indices from P in from and to. That is, the node in to_i has a dependency on the node in from_i. From and to may both be null, in which case this function only returns the number of edges in num edges. Right. So it's the number of edges. It's not an ID. Why is this called an ID? So maybe there's been a change in API that wasn't picked up or something. Let's look at this. Let's do a blame on this. $490 or something. So this is all add operation for querying task graphs. That was added 2 years ago. Oh, p count, actually, that sounds all right. Calling it a count. But then, why is it a CULong? I mean, that actually, why, more precisely, why is it ID? Is that, it's fine that it's a pointer to CULong. Except, of course, if the API actually tells us that this is that it should be an LLong. Okay, let's look at this again. How do we know what size t should be? I don't even know what size t is in the world. Is it an unsigned integer data type? It's in the standard. Okay, so maybe if we look at it in base, is there a size t here? Size, there isn't a size t. Okay, Haskell FFI size t. Right, so C size as an abstract type. FFI allow new type wrap version of types such as Word64. We can read, but in base it looked like something like the pointer allocation that we're looking at. It expects storable instance, and so is it that actually Word64 is not storable? And I mean, I don't even know whether CULong actually corresponds to Word64. That seemed like the natural conclusion here, but I'm not even sure if that's the case. Let's try and find the CULong again here and see what it tells us. I mean, there is such a thing here, right? CULong, yes, and yeah, it is a Word64. So could it be because of me being on, I mean, I am on the 64-bit version of Windows 10. All right, one, sounds good. Yes, I will. And yeah, don't forget to take naps. That's the way to go. And if you can, take some bath as well. It's really nice. Have a good day, man. All right. So yeah, so the CULong is a word. Oh no, it's also Word64. So that's not it. Okay, size t. Oh, C size represents size t. Huh. So maybe this should be C size. Okay, let's be bold and give it a shot. And I would need to make sure that I import all of these things, but I think this is all imported and qualified, so we're safe. So these IDs, they seem to be size size T most of the time. I mean, here I don't know. We might need to chase that one, but I think the last error we saw, line 633, that guy, yeah, that could probably be C size. I mean, let's just try, right? We are, yeah, that's in Cuda. So I'm not sure whether it's actually going to be using the right code. I might need to tell it in Cabal project, but I suppose I will learn something here, because the whole Cabal unpack thing. Yeah, I want to learn about that Cabal unpack. Moving it into the directory of the package and running the Cabal tool there. Oh boy. There could mean root directory of the package, could mean, I mean, I suppose that that's what it's supposed to mean, but after unpacking we get a folder, right? So it could mean the folder for the new package. Technical writing is hard. Okay. So Cabal is that's really not any example that have unpack there. This whole thing is not really about Cabal unpack, okay? Let's go Cabal unpack command. Okay. Ready thread. (2010). If you want to browse the source code of package, Cabal unpack is blah blah. That is damn sight more elegant than my current practice of going into .cabal packages and tearing there. Yeah, I think I saw Edward doing Cabal unpack before. So he learned it in 2010. And 633 in the CU graph. Yeah, I think I need to add it in the Cabal project. Okay, well, yeah, so then it does fail in the way that it failed when we were inside the Cuda directory. So now I'm wondering whether this should actually be moved to a parent folder instead, and whether that will make any difference. Let's give it a shot. Okay, good. Yeah, definitely does make a difference. Yeah, that's what we expect. Good. Oh. Boy, there are subtleties in how all of this is built that are a little bit tricky. Yeah. So why foreign Cuda path? Supposed to be a CHS, so maybe pre-processing somehow doesn't occur the way it's supposed to. This worked fine when it's built in here, but apparently okay. Let's try and build this from here. Okay, well, there's compilation occurring. Maybe. All right, let's set up the HS. Okay. Storing the parameters. And building, I feel like it's, oh no, it's going. I probably need to clean the build in accelerate example actually, since I've been switching between building from package and building locally. It might have confused it. But let's see if we get rid of this CULong error. I don't understand what the convention is with these CU graph not dependent nodes. Okay, well, you don't want C size either, you want CULong. You know what? I'm not gonna be fighting you. I will say that this will be CULong very well. So 603, that's this guy. And then right here is 573. And nodes right here, and one that we did see size as well, and then 433. Yeah, we've done that. 433. So somewhere in there, but it's not clear where. Well, let's first see whether we get rid of the other ones. Yeah, we have. Okay. So let's try to understand what this is doing. It's supposed to be maybe, is it this thing? List of node. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I would say that it's context. What's the type of context? It would kind of make sense, right? We get context from context base. And do we have a CULong here? We don't. All right. So I'll go for another half hour. Sure. So it was from context base, right? Context base, we get context. Could be that, or it could be something else, right? So let's see what are the other candidates. Could be the device pointer. And that is from PTR. And that's Cuda PTR. It's at the root. And do we have any CUL? Let's see if we have any other CULong here that we can find. With node array length. Ah, yeah, that's the one. Hey. Compat main. So, right. So if we do cabal run NVIDIA device query. Okay, it's trying to do something, but it's missing some DLLs. Win32 error. Ugh. Don't like to see that, but so let's see if it's in the path. I presume it's in the lib folder, wouldn't it? Maybe even here. There's a Cuda static here, and in Win32 there's some .libs here. No DLL and no version that I can see. Could it be in the bins? Yep, it's in the bins. So let's add this to the path and add it to our docs. So that will be in no, not in users, and program files, NVIDIA something, GPU toolkit, v10.2, bin. And so we take this, we add it to our doc. You know what? Here, I think makes sense. And then we do path equal. And we try again. Maybe exec is the way to go. Maybe run. I mean, there should be an executable, to be honest, so I don't know why this doesn't pick the executable. Run versus exec. Maybe it's exec. Okay, this is more about stack. Yeah, no, run seems to be the thing. I did see that it said there's, yeah, new exec. Run the specified command using the project's environment. Bringing the project executable into scope. So actually exec might be the way. And no dependency still not loaded. Let's try exec and see whether it actually. Oh. So that doesn't work. So maybe that's just for GHC or whatever. That's a bit strange. Or maybe I need to run install until I can run. Maybe that's it. I'll install. That will put the executable somewhere. That's a flow. Renaming of the copy helped. I mean, we have the right version, right? That's not the issue. Cuda 64.102. Cuda 64.102. Win32 error. Oh, this should be a giveaway. I think it's trying to load a 64-bit dependency somehow via some 32-bit thing. So the question is, why would maybe Cabal is, It's building with optimizations. Is that the difference? Why is it not reusing the cache? Maybe that's just the way it is. Install doesn't reuse the cache. Right, installing now. It said require build. Well, okay, so oh yeah. So Cabal run can't run it, but if we compile it, then it works fine. So what's the deal with that? Cabal run fails on 64-bit exe. Not sure why, but I think I'm not going to get into it. I think I'll make a note of it. In fact, I've done quite a bit here, so let's indeed catch up. So we fixed the CULong expected instead of CULong. In Cuda 0, 10 to 0. Cabal run NVIDIA query something, device query. Failed, apparently, well, failed with, that's very useful for people searching for error messages. And actually, really, it'd be nice to have a couple of these error messages there. Oh. For the same findability reasons. And we failed with this, despite adding the correct DLL in the path. However, Cabal install created the executable which worked. So that's Cuda 10.2 solved, and now if we go back to accelerate examples, I think we need to do a clean, which is going to be a bit long, but that's just the way it is. And then this should, I think, bring in the Cuda dependency, as well as rebuild the world, but hey, it's just how it is. Actually, it doesn't rebuild the world. That's pretty good. Does the Cuda thing, does it... Looks like it's not using the one we have. So let's check this Cabal. I think Cabal project, and let's look at packages and see that this is really what we want. Oh, I think we need to list the package then, or something like that. Specifying the local packages Following top level options specify what local package is, blah. List of package location contains the local package is built. Well, let's see. Maybe it copied it inside our local repo for some immutability here of sorts. Well, we'll see if it passes the, where was it, 41 or 42? Maybe I should add this path. In module. Well, if it's module, then. And yeah, get this right. Oh, yeah, better. And this is exciting. Are we finally? Is it because I threatened to switch to Ubuntu that we're gonna finally build that thing? I'm going to install and feel like it's going to want to rebuild the world again. Ah, yeah, we have an extra step that we have never done there. But looks like it's okay. All right, so this is the last dependency, and after that we go on to build actually the NBody example. Oh yeah. I mean, that's extra sweet because it's not just solving our problem, it's just that I think it said somewhere, it asked for help somewhere about building things on Windows. Not here, maybe on the accelerate hs.org website. Yeah.